In today's video, we're going to be installing a winch in the nav. This is something that I've wanted for a while. Just that peace of mind when you're going out by yourself to be able to recover yourself. Not being around anyone, it is a bit unsafe if I'm going, deep in the bush. I have had recovery tracks, but a winch is always something that I've wanted. So I've got the Bunker 13,000 winch from Vicoffroad. I will start by saying this was provided to us by Vicoffroad to review. I am going to keep it as unbiased as possible, but just out of transparency, this was provided to me to test out. So the navs specifically come factory with a winch compatible bull bar, which is really helpful. Obviously you would need a winch cradle to put it in if you don't. I believe specifically in the navs they come with a alloy bull bar or a steel one. Thankfully this is a steel. The alloy doesn't have a cradle. So we'll get to installing this winch. I did have a few little issues installing it, but it was more me as well. I've never installed a winch, never used one, never had one. This is my first four-wheel drive, so it was a bit of a learning experience, but we'll get into that footage now. Alright, so here's what's in the box. We've got earth lead, control box, which is quite big actually, a hook, fair lead, comes with a wireless and wide remote, so I don't know if I'm going to have to take the bull bar off or not. That's kind of, if you can see the gap that I'm working with, that looks quite larger than that gap. So I'm going to take the bash plate off and have a look, give it a go. If I can't, then I'll probably have to wait for Ryan and other people to help me lift the bull bar off and do it that way. So I'll give it a go and see what happens. Alright, I finally got it in. I'm having to put the nut through this hole here. You slot the little nuts in, and then when I'm lifting it up, the nuts keep falling out, which is very annoying. And if it wasn't for this little gap here, I wouldn't have been able to get it. It was still very difficult. So I don't know if that's specific to this winch or other ones, but that was very frustrating. But I've got it in now, so I'll tighten it up and make sure everything fits. Alright, I've got it in now, finally. Bolted in here. If you want to have a quick look under, there it is. So the clutch is there. I don't know how exactly I'm going to get to it. I think there's a little gap here in the bull bar, so I should be able to put my hand under here and grab it, obviously while standing up. And this side got the terminals that I need to plug in. Just before I turn this off quickly, I've just realized that I haven't put this on, which goes through those two bolt holes right there, which is very annoying. I won't record it because my stupid mistake, but these two are already in there, so it will hold. So I just got to undo these and put it on. Yeah, don't make that error like I did. Alright, so I'm back to do the wiring. Here's the control box. It's got an interesting mounting bracket. So I'm going to take the grill off here. I don't know if you meant to put it kind of in like that, but then the wiring's all facing the wrong way. So I'm going to take the grill off and suss out this mounting bracket and see what the best way to do it is. So my two options are to have it sideways like this, which is probably the most normal way since the cables are coming out the back. However, this mounting bracket is a bit different. I'm sure I could figure it out. However, or the other option is like this. So it's got two holes and those like slotted lines down there, and back here there are holes there already. So I guess like that would be good. Also, after reading the instructions, on this control box, you've got, I guess this is a Deutsch plug and a terminal for accessories, which is really cool. I guess I can put one of these plugs on the end of my air compressor, and then if that's just sitting there, I guess that is the benefit of having it facing that way. I can just plug my my air compressor into it. So that's really cool. I'm definitely going to be utilising that. So yeah, I'm going to get to wiring this up now. Alright, so I'm pretty stuck at the moment because these cables are too short to reach down to the bottom. I can get them to reach, but it sits back here, which one, I can't put the spotlight there, two, it sits back so like the grill can't go there. The only other thing to do is have the winch flipped the other way so it's up here, but the clutch switch doesn't fit because of this fan, so I'd have to take it out and rotate it, and then it still won't fit pointing up. It would probably fit pointing down, but I don't really want it pointing down, so I'm either going to have to extend these cables or find a spot to mount this down here. That's a bit of a disappointing factor, but I'll figure it out. Even if temporarily I can run it just here, I might be able to do that, but I'm going to test out some different spots to mount it. Alright, I've got it behind here. That's kind of the only spot I can put it due to the length of the cable and the space that I've got. So I'm just going to put the spotlight back on here, obviously, and then it's just back there, so it's actually not too bad. I can put my hand down here. It's not held in with anything yet. I'm going to have to figure out some sort of mounting, but for now I'm going to test it out, make sure it works alright, and that should at least be a decent spot for it to be also out of the way. So yeah, I'm going to tidy this up now, put it all back on, and we'll test it out. Okay, I believe I've got everything linked up. So let's hop in this box here. I'm not sure if there is an adapter for this, but let's try it out. So it's in power. I'm not sure what mode does. I'll read the instructions. An auxiliary light. I can hear something clicking, so I'm assuming that's the like the Deutsch plug thing on the side. Alright, so I haven't used it yet, but to quickly talk about it, it comes with a wireless controller, which I like. It does come with a wired one as well if you want to plug it in, I guess as a backup, but I'm probably going to be using this most of the time. On the front of it, you've got power, mode, and auxiliary light. The light is pretty cool, so if you go, I think if you click on mode, there's a little light at the top, then a light on the back. I haven't seen many winches in my life ever. This is my first one, but that's pretty cool. I haven't seen that before. When I've installed this, the only problem I had, which you would have seen in the install, was the cables were a little bit too short, so I couldn't really move it around. I only had one option. So I can't, at the moment, reach the clutch to put it into free spool mode. So I'm gonna have to be pressing out, which is just very slow. N does put wear on it, so it's not great to do that. I am going to have to go back in and fix that at some point and rotate the clutch, but for now it should be okay. The other thing is the winch cradle. I've got that behind the grill. which is actually cool. I like that considering it's wireless, so there's really nothing I need to do there. Like I don't need to plug anything in. If I do, I can just open the bonnet. It does also have a Deutsch plug and like a terminal, which is really cool to, I guess you could plug an air compressor or whatever you wanted into that and kind of use it as just like a 12-volt plug, which is really cool. I'm going to be using that. I might run a little cable like out here that I can just plug my, or I guess an Anderson plug maybe, that I can plug my air compressor into. So that's really cool. I like that. Everything so far looks good quality. I have no complaints yet besides that little cable issue that I had, but that's easily fixed. So let's get into actually reviewing it. So where I am at the moment, it's kind of just a little bit of an incline with a little step. I'm starting off easy. As I said, I've never used a winch before, so I just kind of want to ease into it and learn myself. It is a bit hard to see on camera. It's just a little hill with, I guess, a bit of a rock step. My car is quite heavy with the tent and the stuff in the back, so this is why I'm kind of just starting off light. I'm going to run it up to that tree up there. Also, it will be good to get all of the winch cable out and just feel it for the first time. So let's get to doing that. For the nav owners out there, they usually do come with 2 batteries from factory. I've gotten rid of the one that was over there, just because I didn't need it, and it was cheaper to get the single battery snorkel, which has like this big intake that obviously can't go there when the battery's there. I think I may have done that about 2.5 years ago, and it's been great having the one battery, but now using a winch, it's going to use a lot of power, so I might have to put another one back in there. So I'm going to run the car with the idle up, just to kind of keep the alternator going and charging while I'm doing it, because that is quite a small battery. It is a small engine, but with the winch, you know, you got spotlights, all that stuff. Probably will need to upgrade. So that's just something to note if any nav owners out there have done this same thing. And for anyone watching, yes, it is a small battery, and yes, I am going to need to upgrade that. So I should just need to turn it on, and then the blue lights come on. Now let's give it a go. It's got this hook on it. I don't know what other winches have. It's pretty cool, very sturdy. And then I have a tree trunk protector that I'm going to put it on. So let's get this out and up to the tree. I'm just going to stop every like 30 seconds and let it chill out, mainly because I have a smaller battery. So I'm going to do 30 seconds on, give it a few seconds, then keep going, just to take it easy on it, because I know you're not meant to hold down out for a long time. It's not really what it's meant for. That's why you turn the clutch into free spool, but because I can't, I'm just going to do it this way. I've also got this, I believe, winch dampener. I don't even know what they're called. I'm not that used to winches. I've had this for ages. Obviously, as you can see, I've never opened it. So I'm going to chuck that over there just to be safe. Alright, so I'm going to sit in the car with the remote, just so I'm in here in case something happens and it stops pulling, so I can be on the brakes. Alright, that seemed to go pretty well. There's not much really here. It's kind of starting to get flat here. So I'm going to take it off and put it back in, and I'll tell you how it went. Alright, so that's my first use with this Bunker winch. Obviously it wasn't a crazy recovery, it was more just a test. It was just a little bit of an uphill incline. The reason I didn't do a massive one was because I was a little bit worried about having a smaller battery, which comes to my first point. I think for me specifically, do need a bigger one. It has nothing to do with this winch. I reckon the battery's just a little bit too small. You could kind of see once it hit a rock and it had to go up, it really slowed down, which obviously they do, but it was more, I think it should have been a little bit faster than that. It sounded like it was struggling quite a bit. So I am going to have to get a battery on the other side, so like 2 cranking batteries, which is what these cars normally come with. I guess that would have happened with any winch, so that's more on me. Second thing I noticed, it is quite easy to use. Like, I don't know, I'm not too familiar with other winches on the market, but I did find that this one quite unique. I've never heard of Bunker. It's through Vicoffroad, obviously, but I was surprised with the quality. Like, you can usually tell when you hold it. These ones are a little, I guess the cheapest option would kind of be a King's Dominator winch. I think you can get them for about 300. Pretty sure these go for about 600. Ryan and his Pajero has the King's Dominator winch. I've seen it, haven't used it. It did seem like the quality on this was a little bit better. Obviously, haven't used them side by side, which we will in an upcoming video, but it is pretty good in terms of quality. So, which I touched on before, 2 things. One, I feel like the cables could have been longer that come from the control box. The control box is actually quite unique. Again, I don't know if this is something that other winches do. It's a bit of a different shape, and you've got, yeah, that Deutsch plug and that terminal on the end, which is really cool. The only problem was, if I did want to put it there in the middle, it was a bit difficult to fit. If you have a more narrow bull bar where the spotlights are a bit closer together, you definitely wouldn't be able to fit it. The King's one that Ryan has, it's more of a square, whereas that one's more of a rectangle, which ended up working out for me okay, because it's behind the grill, which I actually quite like. But that's just something to note. The other thing was this remote. So it is cool to have a wireless remote. I did notice, even sitting in the car, or when I did the test just in front of the house, when I pulled it out and put it back in, it seemed to kind of cut in and out really quickly. So when I was standing just a little bit back from it, maybe 5-10 meters, the control box is right there, so I wasn't that far and it was clear sight. And when you're holding it, you could see the light would kind of turn off and it would go dun, dun, and it would like stop for maybe half a second, which was a bit odd. It did happen when I was sitting in the car too. It only happened maybe 3 times. Now obviously as well, you do have the wired winch, which I could put on, but it was just a bit odd. It didn't really affect anything. Like I said, it was only for half a second. You would just hear it stop and start really quickly. There was a couple of times where it happened kind of in quick succession. Didn't really affect it. I'll still use this, but it was a bit odd considering you're not that far away. So overall, I'm pretty happy with it so far. It looks really nice. The quality on it, like I said, seems really good. Got those few unique features. I like the control box, besides its kind of odd shape. The wiring looks as well pretty high quality. I have seen on some other winches as well, the wiring is really small, which is concerning. This was thick. Like I said, it wasn't as long as I would have liked, but it was thick. So thanks everyone for watching. I am going to do more reviews on this more as I use it. You'll see it in the upcoming trip videos. I'm going to try and use it a bit more, get used to it, feel it out a bit more. In about 6 months, or I guess this year, we do plan on going through all of the cars in our fleet that's in the videos, and I'll talk about it a bit more then, after I've used it a bit more. I'll also post a few more things on Instagram as I use it more, if there's anything else I have to say about it. Thanks to Vicoffroad for supporting the channel. We really appreciate their support. Being able to get products like this to review is really awesome, so shout out to them. Again, they did ask for an unbiased review, which I also appreciated. I'm not puffing it up because they gave it to me. It is how it is, and I like it. It's pretty good. It's definitely more of a mid-range than a cheaper winch option. So yeah, shout out to them. So thanks for watching everyone, and we'll see you in the next one.